Are you thinking about moving to Elizabeth, Colorado? Before you pack your boxes, there are a few things locals say they wish they knew before making the move. I've lived and worked in Elizabeth for years, and while it's an incredible community, there are definitely some things that surprise people after they move here. Today, I'm breaking down the top 5 things locals wish they knew before moving to Elizabeth. Let's dive in. The first one, small town lifestyle. Elizabeth is a small town of just a few thousand people. For many, that's exactly what makes it so appealing. You'll quickly get to know your neighbors, you'll see familiar faces at the grocery store or even the local coffee shop. And the community really does rally together when someone needs help. But the flip side is that it can feel like everyone knows your business. Coming from a big city where you're most likely anonymous, that might feel like a big adjustment. Social circles overlap a lot here, and word travels quickly. If you want a tight-knit community where you can get involved in local events, schools, or church groups, Elizabeth is amazing. Just know that it's a place where people notice, in a good way, when you join in, when you volunteer, or show up for your neighbors. Number 2 is limited shopping and dining. This is one locals mention a lot. While Elizabeth has a few local gems, like small cafes, family-owned restaurants, and a couple boutiques, it's not the kind of place where you'll decide at 9 p.m. to run to Target or grab takeout from 10 different restaurants. For bigger shopping trips or dining variety, you will definitely be driving to Parker or Castle Rock, which is about 20 to 30 minutes away. That can feel inconvenient at first, but many locals adjust by planning ahead. It also means you'll lean more into supporting small businesses here in town, which strengthens our community. If you're someone who loves convenience, be prepared for a little extra driving. Grocery delivery services are limited, and big box runs to Castle Rock are part of life here. But if you love supporting local, Elizabeth has plenty of spots that will become your favorite. Number 3 is definitely the rural roads and the commute. This is a big one. Elizabeth is surrounded by beautiful open land and country roads, but for commuters, that can mean long travel times, especially in winter. Snow and ice can make these back roads tricky, and since Elizabeth is more rural, snow removal can take longer than it takes in larger cities. Also, a 20-mile commute here is very different from one in the suburbs. On rural highways, you may have slower traffic, wildlife crossings, and no shortcuts. If you work in Denver, Centennial, or the Tech Center, expect at least 45 minutes to over an hour depending on traffic. I highly recommend investing in a reliable vehicle, preferably with all-wheel drive and good snow tires. And before you buy, do a test drive from the potential neighborhood to your workplace at the time that you'd normally commute. It will give you a realistic picture of daily life. Number 4 is going to be schools and activities. Elizabeth has a solid school district with smaller class sizes, which many parents love. The teachers tend to know the kids by names, and families appreciate the personal feel. But because the district is smaller, there aren't many options for specialized programs or sports compared to bigger school districts. For example, if your child is really into club soccer, hockey, or robotics, you may find yourself driving to Parker, Castle Rock, or even Denver for practices and competitions. On the other hand, if you love the idea of kids being part of a close-knit community where you're not just a number, Elizabeth schools are a great fit. I always recommend talking to families in the area to get a sense of what activities are available. Join some local Facebook groups and ask questions. If your kids are passionate about something specific, be prepared for some driving. But you'll also get the benefit of a quieter, safer environment for them to grow up in. And number 5, wildlife and rural living. Here's one that surprises people the most. Elizabeth is rural, and you will see wildlife. Deer in yard, pretty common. Coyotes, most definitely. And wild turkeys, they're everywhere. Sometimes even elk or bald eagles. It's part of the charm of living so close to nature. But with that comes responsibility. If you're buying acreage, you'll likely have a well and septic system instead of city utilities. That means you're responsible for maintenance. Fencing, outbuildings, and pasture upkeep can also become part of your lifestyle if you buy land. and water rights are a huge deal in Colorado. If you're planning on gardening, having horses, or even just watering a large lawn, you'll want to understand what your well rights allow you to do. Before buying on Acreage, ask questions about wells, septic systems, and water rights. These aren't deal breakers, they're just things to understand so you're not caught off guard. So these are the top 5 things locals wish they knew before moving to Elizabeth, Colorado. It's a beautiful small town with incredible people, wide open spaces, and a lifestyle you just can't find in the city. But it's important to know the realities so you can decide if it's the right fit for you. If you're considering a move to Elizabeth or the surrounding areas, my team and I would love to help you explore your options, whether that's land, new construction, or an existing home. You can call, text, or message me anytime. We'd love to be your local resource. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe for more insights on Colorado living and real estate tips.